On yours, I've got a.
You got a Vengevine
I've got a
on yours.
Vengevine attacking on turn 3.
Okay, that sounds pretty spicy. On mine, I have a Kargan Dragonlord, which looks like it was miscalculated, and then a Morph into an empty board for Reed. But Reed does have 4 mana sitting up.
By the way, just a terrible tournament so far for Jan Verdevet. He's 0-5.
Ugh.
He lost last round.
That's a shame. Goblin Ruin Blaster, that has to get countered here. You'd think that Reed passed the turn with 4 mana up, and there's no. It does resolve though. Oh man, it's going to hit the Azorius Chancery. Well, it just got tapped for mana first, and it's going to get a Path to Exile, but that is not good enough, as Reed is going to be set back in a huge way for tempo here.
Wow.
Yeah. That, by the way. We do get to learn that it was a Blistering Firecat now that it was exiled with Path. And Goblin Ruin Blaster has haste and is going to get into the red zone,
and he's got
leaving
so
Reed with just
mana.
2 islands. Yeah. Make that 3 islands and go. All right, Ari's thinking about what he wants to do. We know he's going to send in that Goblin Ruin Blaster. Does he want to play something first? If he does, he risks a few things. You know, Venser, Shaper, Savant, something like that coming in. But it's a Sword of Body and Mind. Absolutely great play for him, and it resolves into triple island. Things are looking really good for Ari here, as he's got a 4/3 Goblin Ruin Blaster equipped up. And that sword makes short work of blue decks and really any deck. It connects. A wolf is made. 10 cards are put into the graveyard from the library. And Reed Duke needs to find something really quickly here. You know, those bounce lands are good, but they do expose
they
you.
They come with a huge risk.
They do.
Huge risk. But, 4 mana up, you got to feel pretty good.
Yeah.
You got to feel pretty safe there.
But, man, he didn't – Ari didn't care. He's like, whatever.
Got it?
I'm not waiting. Yeah, had it. So he's lining up to hit for 6 and make another wolf here next turn if
how many
Reed
cards
can't
are
do
left?
He's got 18, so it's a 2-turn clock on that front. On both fronts, actually, because it's 6 here, and then it would be 8 the next turn if all the wolves and goblins are still alive.
So what does he need here? Like a Venser?
A Venser would help, but it's
bounce the sword,
block
the Rune Blaster, and then find some answer in a turn for the wolf.
Yeah, I mean we've seen that Reed has that disenchant.
Nope. Wait.
It is disenchant. All right, so that's a start, as he's only going to be taking 2 damage this turn.
Well, 4 damage.
Excuse me, from 2 creatures, right?
Yeah,
4 damage, pardon. But critically, he's not going to be getting milled, and he's not going to be seeing another wolf on the other side. So this is going to actually give him a little bit of breathing room, potentially, depending on what Ari can follow up with. All right, mana is being tapped. Red-white aggressive, and it's a plated Geopede, which sometimes is insane and sometimes isn't as insane. There's also a Cunning Spark Mage, which is going to add some incremental damage to the battlefield. An Impulse during the main phase for Reed here. He's digging. He needs to find another white source, and then he needs to find a sweeper as well. They make a nice couple. All right. Ping from the Spark Mage on end step. That puts Reed down to a 9, virtual 8 here. He's not quite dead even with a land, unless it's a... I don't think the regular sack lands are in, though, right? They're all the Mirage ones now.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And you can't do that right away, so that's not going to do it. 3 mana up for Reed Duke. And he looks like he's going to take 5 damage here, potentially. Snapcaster Mage, though, is going to enter the battlefield. It's going to get Path to Exile, most likely. Marshall Ku's already in the yard. So he can path away well, I guess the plated Geopede or the wolf or something. It's kind of gambly to leave the Geopede on the table for too long if you can help it. But it would mean he'd take 1 less damage on this particular turn. All right, Snapcaster Mage dies to Cunning Spark Mage. And Path is going to hit. The plated Geopede. So he's going to take 4. And drop down to 5. That means next turn he's dead unless he can do something about these creatures. If he
plays a land, he's on 6. He's got 5 land in play.
Yeah, that's Terminus time.
6 is his big number, right?
Yep. It is. There's a lot of good things that can happen at 6. Rolling Earthquake, though, isn't going to allow him to get to that point as that game ends. All right, so Ari takes down Reed in that one. Why don't we switch over to BDMs and talk about that beautiful couple we were just talking about.
Yeah, like over here we've got Elspeth Tyrell with Gideon, Champion of Justice. And this is Dave Kaplan playing against Sean McLaren. These guys are Canadian players, teammates.
From 2 different parts of Canada.
But they're I think
yeah.
You're in that same mix of players.
Yes.
Treachery is targeting
Kega.
Has stolen Kega.
Oh, it's already there, yeah.
Yeah, it's already there, and it's going to but a Caracas.
Oh, man, I'll take that back. Thank you.
A Caracas. That's no fun. So he still gets to untap his 5 lands. If he'd Caracased before the Treachery had resolved, he could have countered the Treachery and kept Dave Kaplan's lands tapped. But now Dave Kaplan gets to untap and do something else because he let him take control.
It looks like the game just ended.
That game just ended.
Gideon could activate and kill him.
Yeah, he's at 2. He's like, look, I counted your...
So I checked in on Pyromancer again, running that sweet black deck that we saw.
Yeah.
And he's got a ton of stuff in his graveyard, so it looks like there's been some blows traded here. Yep, but they've also George on the bottom, he's got a Yavimaya Elder that got Faiths fettered, so he can't even sack it. And he's facing down the Bloodline Keeper. And a Phyrexian Obliterator now as well, which is really good versus a green-red base deck. You know, we do see a Rugged Prairie for white, but man, I think that, we've seen Jorge's deck, which does have white in it. But he's got to find a way to kill that Obliterator really quickly. All right, a Restoration Angel is kind of interesting. It can save the Yavimaya Elder, but it's not going to do much against this board as Oscar can just sit there and wait with his Bloodline Keeper and start hitting in for big chunks with the Phyrexian Obliterator. But the good news is that George can take a few big chunks. He's at 16. We see Yavimaya Elder here. He can pay 2 to sacrifice it. He gets to draw a card. When it dies, he gets to search his library for 2 basics. Put them in his hand. So he gets to do both if he pays the 2 colorless to sack it. All right, Jiraga Tree Speaker. That doesn't do much here either. He really needs something with white in the mana cost to help him get out of this, I think. You don't want to throw 2 lightning bolts at a Phyrexian Obliterator. Bloodline Keeper's all queued up to put a 2/2 black vampire creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Oscar's going to activate that ability on his end step, or if something were to happen to the Bloodline Keeper. And he's going to be able to keep the pressure up that way. What kind of fight happened here?
Yeah.
Demonic Tutor, Plague Sliver, Vindicate, but there's only these guys? I guess this traded for something. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened here.
Did Battle Mage get 2 things?
That could be. It looks like it got a Sword of Fire and Ice, yeah. All right. It's time to dig. Yavimaya Elder, activated ability. He's going to search up his land, search up the 2 lands first. All right, he's gonna reveal plains. And he's going to get another plains. He might be saving up for something huge. We know he has some huge drops. He ended up with Elish Norn.
Oh, okay.
And he also has the Entreat the Angels.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, he just got 2 plains. This gives him access to 3 white mana as it sits. He's got another plains on the way, too. But things, he could start doing some huge stuff. And again, he can take a few hits here. All right, so Bloodline Keeper's going to make a vampire. Coalition Relic's going to make some mana like it does. And Oscar was going to go cast something. He decided just to attack first. And he doesn't even want to send in the vampire because it's just going to get eaten by the Restoration Angel. So he just sends in Phyrexian Obliterator by itself. It's going to knock him down to 11. And there's Kakusho. Jeez, that thing is rough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 5/5 with flying. Like that's pretty good right there. All right, so it's back on George, and George
needs really needs Elish Norn. He needs some, Wrath effect that Reed didn't take, which I think we saw 1 or 2.
Yep.
Does he have the Catastrophe? I don't even remember now.
I think there was an Achroma's Vengeance that Reed passed or something. All right, go to attacks, decline the attack. Make a couple of angel. Nope. He is just passing the turn, so he has to have something here, right? I mean, he's got 4 cards in hand. All right, there's another vampire for Oscar. He's up to 3. He can make his 4th this turn, but he's going to need another one. In order to transform this guy, you need to have 5. He counts himself, so he's got 1, 2, 3. He can tap it to make 4, but he needs to have 1 more. Maybe this is a vampire. No, he keeps wanting to cast stuff first, mate. No, it looks like he is. He's got that green mana floating. That's from the Coalition Relic, but he just lets it go away. He's got plenty of mana. Sends in the 2 5/5s. Looks like he's considering sending in the vampires, but if he waits 1 more turn, they can all be bigger. Nope, he's getting real aggressive here and just battling in with everybody. So George stands to take 7 damage here potentially. Could be more. Could be 12. George is forced to just chump block, and it's 9 damage coming through. I mean, realistically, George wasn't able to just eat a vampire there, so it's really good to attack with all of them, but there's something being cast here. What is it? Is it Court of Calling? He's tapping all of his mana. He's got 9 mana here. So it is. What is he going to get for 10? Maybe he doesn't know and he's just going to go get whatever the heck he wants. All right, so let's see that Court of Calling. There it is. X equals 7. Right. 10 mana total, 7 total. So is he going to get Elish Norn here?
Almost certainly, right?
I think so.
Wipe out all those vampire tokens?
Yeah, and it would also mean that Kakusho would die, and he'd only take 3. There it is. Elish Norn, Grand Cenobite. Thanks to the full 10 mana, he needed all of it to be able to get it.
He loses 5 life, though,
He does.
from the Kakusho.
He does. And he knew that was coming. He's not happy about it. But this is a much more stable situation than the one he was in before. Because Kakusho's gone.
Yes. And the Obliterator's smaller.
Mitigated, yeah.
But he's going to need to kill it.
He will eventually need to kill it, yes.
At the great cost of many permanents.
Yes.
Especially since all these guys are so big
now. Yeah, they're huge now. Although the Jiraga Tree Speaker is a 3/4, so that's actually pretty ideal there.
That's his best
He doesn't
option.
even lose it then, and he can sack it.
Yeah.
But he's got attacks here. He can at least attack with Elishnorn. All right, so George is fighting hard to keep stable here. He's all the way down to 3. His opponent is at 24. Is he going to attack with a Tree Speaker? He is. He's attacking with a Tree Speaker. So he... I mean, he's going to have to sack 5 things, right?
Depending on how... Well, it depends on what he has here.
All right. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, he's got Terastodon here.
Oh, wow. That's pretty sweet.
That's pretty sweet.
So kill your Obliterator, 2 of my lands.
He can't hit Obliterator.
Oh, yeah, he can't hit creatures.
No, but he could just kill like 3 of his own lands and just make a bunch of elephants. Yeah, and remember, they're all pumped too. It's not creature permanent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they're 5/5s.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Still, I think I would have... I mean, he's clearly scared of having his Elishnorn killed and then dying to a Bloodline Keeper attack. That's why he's keeping back the Angel.
Sure.
But it's going to put him in a little bit of an awkward spot. I guess his thinking is, look, if I have to sack all my lands, then whatever. Like, I'm going for the kill next turn anyway. This is awesome. His board is sweet. I want to see that Terastodon blocked by Obliterator.
Yeah.
Although, if he's dead, it won't matter. Bloodline Keeper can make a vampire, though it'll instantly die. Won't do
Yeah,
anything.
and the irony of making those 3 tokens is like eating 3 of his own lands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Makes him even more vulnerable to the Obliterator.
All right, it looks like just the Restoration Angel's going to battle. He's going to play it a little safe here. And a Morph card. This is a 4/4 Morph. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what did he end up with. Did he end up with the?
Oh, the Vesuvian?
No,
he can't play that.
The Gathan Raiders.
Okay, yeah, he must have. All right, Blood Gift Demon for Oscar. Pass the turn back. Are we going to see a... oh, it's an Exalted Angel.
Ah, wow.
And it looks like he's attacking with everybody. Send him in, George. Get everybody in there. And
it's a game. Okay.
And that's it.
So meanwhile, I'm watching Johnny Hot Sauce playing against Budikov.
Do you have to say it like that?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, I thought that was a rule.
It is a rule. And, like, really just, like, does not look like a cube deck looking at this deck.
What does it look like?
Well, it's got, like, it just looks like a fair blue-black draft deck.
Oh, okay.
You know, a Ravenous Rats, a man, like, from throughout time.
These are all 2-for-1s?
It's like a limited cube.
Like every card he played is a 2-for-1?
Yeah. Mesmeric Fiend, Rats, Man of War, Seagate Oracle.
2-for-1, 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 2-for-1.
I mean, he's got his
3
Enclave
for 1.
Cryptologist all souped up.
So jealous. If only it had Evolve.
Yeah. You know, Looter Court, like every single of these cards have ever been like open to show in standard. You know what I mean? I mean, sure, Seagate Oracle gets played, things get played, but none of them have been headliners. You know what I mean? Like those big, powerful cards, they were all just like fair cards. It's so weird.
Hey man, 2-for-1s add up. What does the Mesmeric Fiend have on her? Jace, Architect of Thought? Not bad.
Yeah, he's showing off. You know, all while a Simic Sky Swallower tries to hold the ground. See a lot.
That deck looks a lot more fair.
This deck looks more fair?
Yeah, is that a big ramp deck that he's got going there?
Got a little Teferi, a little Counter Magic, Forbidden Alchemy.
Yeah, this stuff's all just. I mean, it's fine. Like, those aren't bad cards, but those are fair.
2 different Garricks.
Double Garricks.
Is he going to flip his Garrick?
He's got a lot of targets. He
I think
can take out Sower.
He's going to get his Jace back, I think.
He took out the Sower so we could get his Beast back. Jace would have been okay too, I guess. Would have made Looter Ilkor and Ravenous Rats and Mesmeric Fiend all just useless.
Oh.
Go. So jealous right now.
Oh my gosh. Just the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, it really is. That moment of tension when you put that third counter on and you stare at your opponent like, are you going to kill it? And they're like, no, yeah, sure.
They're going to put Venerated Teacher in the cube just,
just for you.
Just for me and my Cryptologist.
I'm taking a peek over at Reed. He's playing against Lord Nazgul and his white-red aggressive deck that we looked at earlier. Yeah, playing against Ari. So.
But unfortunately for Ari, there's a Wormcoil engine going on over
there.
now
he just Torch Fiended it, so it's 2 smaller worms. But
sure.
Yeah, that doesn't make you feel that much better if you're sitting in his seat.
So meanwhile, over here, Dmitry Budikov is on 4. And he's taking his time.
Reed is stabilizing with Yosei the Morningstar, by the way. He's looking in good position.
A good one.
Yeah, he's at 27 life against an aggressive deck. He's looking fine.
Budikov's opponent's at 15. He's trying to decide how to attack here. He's going to probably just send the Looter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's thinking about what is the get in for 1.
Does he want those to die?
I don't know. I don't know what he has. A living death?
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't.
Yeah.
He rethought that one.
Tops in response
to the loot.
I think
this is
so.
Something big.
He hasn't looted, right? Oh, look at this. We've got a ninja. It wasn't a loot.
Is he ninjutsu?
Yeah.
Sweet. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Is that Ink Eyes?
Ink Eyes, Servant of
Oh, man.
He gets to put target creature card from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control.
What does he have? He's got Teferi up there, right?
Yes, he does.
Hey, look, it's Maloku. He all of a sudden appeared on his side of the board. Nice. He needs to get that because
and that's
Simic Skyswallower would kill him.
He was thinking about attacking with so many creatures.